Happy Easter from our family to yours.
So this is our last day in Hilton Head, and because of all the golfing and everything going on, we decided to come to Savannah. We have about 7 hours before we have to get on the before we have to return the car and get on the plane to head back home. So we're in Savannah. We did do a
Trolley tour.
So we are going to do a little bit more exploring of Savannah for everything that we missed thus far. But first we're going to stop at the trailer park double wide because we heard it has good food. So our last day here, I had to get some steak and eggs, and Jenna got, looks like eggs Benny with on biscuit. Ah, he does have a little mustache. And because we're back in the area, we are hitting the Georgia tasting room again now that we have a little bit more time and we're not in a rush. I got the Georgia peach sangria with a hint of banana. Jenna just got
Georgia Sauvignon Blanc, and it's half the bottle.
yeah, apparently that glass is actually half the bottle. Here's another staple of Savannah is the Forsyth Park. And it's Easter, so there's a lot of people in very nice attire and also having picnics. Really nice park. Kind of has like a Central Park vibe to it. Beautiful little garden area. I like the roses. You have the classic southern houses. Wonder how much these cost. All right, so this is our tour bus for Savannah. Oh, that's where Forrest Gump's at, waiting for the bus.
Home Depot. That's right. Anthony, it was Zero, of course. Another movie film there too was called Something to Talk About. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Through the window, but her husband's in there, played by Dennis Quaid.
Julia Roberts, Something to Talk About.
He's cheating on her. Very unpleasant scene in that movie. A couple of years ago, that one of my writers said,
"Oh, this used to be a Ford dealership where Model Ts used to go through the doors."
Supposed to be the most common building in the square, named after a battle won in the Mexican. You only get half as an antique collection. 23,000 square feet. And of course, it's free for you to visit. That's just the lobby of a hotel. Later on, I'm going to point easy way to get to her. It's absolutely spectacular. Spectacular. You might notice on the way by here, by the way, he added 4,000 square feet to the building.
Fountain is.
And the building is going to be off to the right here. It's going to be on our left, kind of that red brick building right there. It'll be a beautiful old tree. We'll go slow, take a snap of picture if you want.
This tree is about 400
beautiful old tree.
years old.
Could be 400 years old. Now, as we're driving around Savannah, you might notice that it's a town. We've changed the name now. Now it's the Susie King Taylor Square. She's an African-American woman. She's an educator. And then they put little fixtures up on top. Folks, this is how we got candelabra bulbs. Candelabra bulbs invented because these rich people had all these very fancy. They go to ones that have special accoutrements. This is one of the ones at Colonial Cemetery. We buried people in 1864. General Sherman bivouacked over 8,000 Yankee troops in there, did a lot of vandalism. Kind of funny, locals go and call it mischief. The guy come from Ohio, I know vandalism when I read about it. It's nice here. You can, it's all TA. It's 515 square feet right there. I understand he makes a fortune off it too. It's a license to steal.
And Airbnbs.
Coming up here on the right is going to be a church. This is the Second African Baptist Church. They didn't get them out of the river though. They know that. They were not called duplexes back in the day. Back in the day, they were called double houses or double porticos. Always had four columns. Always had stairs at each end of the portico too. I have a piece there. You can probably get them cheaper at Home Depot, but this is fun to go visit right there.
Wow.
Ticket to that Owen Thomas House. That same ticket will take you to the Telfair. In fact, at the end of the tour, they give you a tour. They knock on after up north. They have people drive down the
Red Doors means it's a sanctuary for runaway slaves.
I think it contributed substantially to Big Oregon. But if you look out front, you're going to see all the bricks with people's names on it. They're the people paid for the renovation. Now, you might know how this works. Great idea paving these ramps with. Folks, I gotta tell you, they're ankle busters. Do not walk on them, skip it. We have a free public elevator behind our city. Not so wonderful, but it's fun to walk up and down and take a look. There's gigantic selections in there, both of these places. Could believe it, but anyway. Guys, here in Ireland, 1820 and 1850, they had a potato famine. And that turned out a scrap of leftovers. The bottom floor.
1796. The oldest.
I mentioned earlier. Dockside. Dockside is very casual, by the way. You just walk into dockside. You don't have to have. You don't have to have.
Yep, that looks older.
Also, across that bridge by the time you blink, you're going to be in South Carolina, right on the other side of that. And the building off to the left used to be the passenger terminal for the Central Georgia Railroad. They actually had passenger trains going to Atlanta until they went into business back in 1971.
Yeah, check out this. This is like not an optical illusion. This is like straight on. Wow. Yeah, these steps are legit. I am gonna grab a railing. Oh, yeah. You definitely don't want to walk up and down these when you're drunk. Whew. Yeah, holy cow. I saw this sign, so I think we're gonna go, but it's down an alleyway. So if it's shady, let's give it a whirl. Oh, there it is. I think I see it. There we go. Down this dark alley. Cobblestone. Sorry for the quick cuts, quick jumps on the tour, but oh, here it is. They look like they have some fun stuff. It's not open. God darn it. Alright, so since the place was closed, we're just going to check out this fountains. That's pretty. Ah, it looks like Alice in Wonderland. And somebody put a vape on it. And down there is the tour that we took on that you should have seen the video all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Alright, so it wasn't hard to find another alternative. We found a tiki bar that is supposedly upstairs. Oh wow, this gives you a pretty nice view of the city. There's the bridge. There's the bar. Jenna with her vodka soda, and I got something basic, like Coors Light. So our 7 hours are up. We're just about to head out to the airport. So we wanted to go over the pros and cons. So if you made it to the video this far, you're a legend. We love you. You're the reason why we keep doing this. The first thing is the reason we came out here was for the timeshare with a company called
Spinnaker.
Now, if you ever see them, apparently they're everywhere. So if you see them at home shows, garden shows, flower shows, it's actually not a bad way to spend some time up here and only spend about 90 minutes. Like I said, they didn't pressure us that much. It was actually a pretty enjoyable experience, and with what we got, it was almost pretty much a free trip. Obviously, we had our flight to get here we had to pay for, but other than that, it was still good. What do you think?
I liked it, and I think the person we had during the whole presentation process, she was a little bit newer, so I couldn't think that helped, but she was great. We interacted, like we kind of got to know her side of things, like know a little bit more about her, but I think the overall process was, I liked it a lot better than other timeshare places we've been. They were definitely less, they didn't pressure you at all.
It was definitely the better one that we've ever been to. So if you do see them at shows, it might be worth a gamble, at the very least, just for a very cheap trip. So now for Hilton Head, where the whole reason we came out was for actual Hilton Head. Savannah was just coincidentally nearby, that's why we're here. But Hilton Head, that's a little different.
It is. I mean, I'm kind of glad that we went just to see what it's like, but I think with the PGA Tour and the Heritage Festival thing, it did kind of limit us a little bit. So I think in that aspect of things, that was probably a con.
Yeah, the biggest thing, if you like golfing, Hilton Head, no wonder why you would like it. There's a bunch of golfers, golf courses out there, and it's pretty much your people. If you're a Brooks Brothers, you know, wearing kind of clothing, then that is your jam. The one thing that I was surprised that it's supposed to be like the rich area, like a lot of the houses kind of cost, you know, a lot more than average. But one of the things that I did notice is there was no supercars, like Aston Martin, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, Rolls Royce, and anything. I didn't see anything. The most expensive car I saw there was a Porsche GT3, and I mean, that's literally the most expensive car we saw, which was kind of interesting for such a rich area that there was like no high-end cars. So I would recommend it if you like chilling at the pool, maybe by the beach.
You can bike. They have bike rentals there, so a lot of people, they bike everywhere. We saw a lot of bikes there, like bicycles.
we have a subscriber that just really wants to be in the video. But yeah, if you like that, like just chilling, relaxing, going to, you know, just the local bars where, like I said, everybody who wears Brook Brothers or whatever, you know the type, will all hang around, then that's your jam. Wasn't really our jam, which is why we're here in Savannah, Georgia.
And another thing is, if you're in a rush, it's not a rush kind of place. Everyone takes their time, drives a little bit slower. So if you have more than the 4 days than we have, I recommend checking it out, but it's not a short trip kind of place.
So Savannah, Georgia, there's a lot of history, a lot of things to do. I didn't quite get that whole Southern hospitality, the vibe. Like, everybody was very friendly, but obviously nobody invited us to their house to cook us dinner. So, you know, 8 out of 10. But we came here because there was just so much more to do. Everything on the waterfront, the ghost tours, the history, the trolleys, like just literally there's so much to do here that I would actually come back here, but to the south, which is the first time I've been, like, other than like Florida or like, yeah, this is like the south is how I've been, and I would definitely come here again. The only thing is I would just come straight here to Savannah. Definitely recommend it. So before we ramble too much, we did like it. Hopefully you loved our videos. Like I said, everything is shot on a cell phone, S23 FE, edited on the same phone. So that's why there's no like cinematography on this. We just don't have the subscribers. Maybe if we get like 10,000, a million, then we'll hire an editor. Until then, you have me and my phone. But from Savannah, Georgia, we want to say thank you for watching.
Thank you. Happy Easter.
Happy
and I hope
Easter.
you like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you in the next one next month.